out it was over. Woke up, I was younger. You were gone, getting closer.
So I work at the highest level when I'm surrounded by chaos.
You were gone, getting closer.
This morning we're going to be interviewing Wes. Most of you guys know him as Diplo. He's definitely the most well-read person I know personally. I'm a true historian, knows music history, and also just history, world history, better than anybody I've ever known in person. And of course, he's a world-famous, artist, DJ, producer, songwriter. Consider him a true friend, sincere. What you see is what you get. He's not Hollywood, and he's deep. Check it out. You gonna trust my time?
No, he's full. It's Cap. Captain Crunch, they call you. Kidney gone. Useless.
You've been practicing it.
I had no feet underneath me.
That was like a Floyd Mayweather move, just like really like ballsy, but you can pull it off.
Pull it off, yeah.
Who's your favorite boxer, speaking of?
Floyd Mayweather.
What?
We went to F1 race together. Yeah. On a qualifying round. He was stuck with me. And I was like, Floyd, you DM me on Twitter. He's like, hell no, I never did that. He was in the front seat. He's like, who are you? Like, what do you do? And I played like lean on some of the videos. Like, damn, you're fucking big as fuck. And he started following me. I can't tell if he's like funny on purpose or funny on accident, but he's self-aware. Yeah. He for sure is. He's also a grandpa. But he's really dope. I like Usyk right now.
Usyk, yeah.
And then and I like Tyson Fury, obviously. I like Devontae Wilder too, man. Yeah. He was just a beast. But then I also like Frazier, bro. Yeah. Watching videos of Frazier, like just learning about him. I learned about him later. I was like, damn, this guy was tough as fuck. You don't understand the power this right hand has. This one's useless. This doesn't do anything. I can pummel with my left. 4,000 punches. Not even gonna bruise. It's so. Cut this out, because I want the other boxers to know. My left hand doesn't do any damage. The hook is all right, but the jab might as well just be like one of the little snake things you throw at me. Go back to Great.
You can't understand music without understanding history. That's what I got from you. Would you agree? Or
100%. I went to university for anthropology. That was my major in Philadelphia at Temple. So I was obsessed with anthropology, the study of culture, the study of basically humans, not biologic, but culturally. Like, because we have two different sides. Like, we're biologically something. A doctor will study everything about your body.
what would you say the number one habit you credit all your success to?
Discipline, man. Like having responsibilities, man. You have to have it. I think as a creator in 2023, I started my career path very late. Like I was probably 25 years old before I put my first record out. But I had already lived life. I had jobs. I was mowing lawns for a living. I worked at a school. I had shrimps with my father for a year. I had worked at a movie theater. I knew what it was like to pay your rent. I knew what it was like to make sacrifices. I knew what it was like to have dreams. I knew what I had to do to get out of that misery I had as a job. So that made everything much more sweeter as I got older and much more easier. Now that I'm here, I'm like, okay, I had to do this, I had to do that. I knew how to manage myself. I knew how to put parties together because I did that. I got a loan from a bank. I put $1,000 in. I bought kegs. I sold tickets to shows myself. I knew how to like win and lose. I knew what the risks were. And that was very helpful in my career because I already knew the business side of the music when I got into it. So it was easy for me to succeed. I feel like a lot of people when they're young, all they see is the glitz and glamour. They don't see how much work goes into it. It's crazy when you think about it, but you have to work. Every challenge you have, it creates who you are. And I think I had a lot of challenges growing up. I had a lot of challenges as a young entrepreneur or a young creator that it made it so I was able to like see the advantages all the time. I didn't see challenges as like, I gotta stay away from it. I was like challenges like how I can defeat them, you know, because I've defeated a lot. My dad taught me back in the day, like when we're going shrimping at night, wake up at 4 a.m. I was like, no, I sleep a little longer. He's like, dude, the moon is full now. This is when the shrimp are running. You gotta get out there now. You can't wait. Like this is the time you gotta go. And I was like, nah, I'd get my fucking crusty ass off the couch or whatever I was sleeping on. Went to bed at like 2 in the morning. He wakes up at 4:30 to do the same thing we're doing. Yeah. And then you get up and then you just snap into it. You go out there, you get where you work done, you catch some shrimp.
He's tired. He's tired. He's tired. He's tired. Oh! Rope it up. Do the fucking go. All right, Tom, I'm tired. I'm tired. He can't handle it.
That's one thing I learned from him. He always like this. He always like, but for someone that big, he gets low.
Aside from music, what you're the best at outside of music? Is it the art, concepts? But is there anything that you're really good at that people wouldn't know about?
The thing I spend the most time now with is trying to get really good at is being a father. I think the last 2 years I just really just grinded in. I think time-wise I gotta manage my time better, because I'll tell you what, if my wheels aren't moving, I'm not happy. Like if I'm not grinding all the time and feel like I'm progressing forward, whether it's making money or on the road or creating something new, I don't feel like I'm a human being. Time management is very important, but my children are now at the point where they're like, Dad, what do you do exactly? They're connecting with me on another level that, young boys and their fathers are always kind of head to head. You know that.
Yes.
You probably know that more than anything. This is the connection is so spiritual. I think same thing vice versa for women. Their fathers are everything for them. Yeah. And women and their mothers a lot of times fight all the time, and it feels like they're competing for the attention of the father or whatever. I mean, I'm not a psychologist. Mother passed away. I was like, damn, I lost that connection, and I was like, I've got to connect to my boys, because this is something that I didn't have with my father for a long time, and I need to make this powerful. If they're going to succeed in life, it's going to be because of me. Not because of what I've given them, but because of what I've taught them.
What do you like the most about being a father? One of the things that struck me is I grew up my dad was traveling nonstop, not as much as you, but I do have an idea of how hard it is to be really successful at something and find time to be a father and influence your kids in the right way. I get it. And then you travel even more, but I see you always scrambling back to spend time with your kids, which I know is tough, and they seem to really look up to you.
Time-wise, I just want to share my gifts with them. It's so rare that I have that gift. I'm travel the world with me, see what I see, enjoy these things, because if I had that as a kid, damn, I don't even know what I would be capable of. It took me till I was 18 to really leave the country, and I went to India, and it changed my life. When I traveled these places with no money in my pocket, I was spending $11 a week on hotels in India and stuff like that, and learning that grind, and it's possible. It's scary and it's spontaneous and it's risky at sometimes, but that's life. And I think life should always be like that for anybody. This one piece of advice is just make every day feel like it's the best day ever.
The best thing that happened to you this year?
Learning patience. And that's something you have to learn just being a part of a family, not even being a father, being a brother, being a mother, being a father. It's the patience you learn is infinite. You don't ever want to look back at yourself as a father or as a brother or everything and think about the fight you had with somebody and think about how much time wasted was that. You want to look back when you're 80 and think about the ways you talk to your son. Is that how you want to remember? The fight you had with him? Do you want to look back at a 80-year-old person and think of how was that time spent? I've been through a lot of shit the last couple of years. I do think I've changed a lot over years, because you have to be an asshole to be successful in anything. Whether it's boxing or whether it's music, there is some savagery that is involved in anybody with success. You have to understand, at the end of the day, you have to treat everything with empathy and kindness and know what you're doing. If you're gonna work in something that's not your thing, just do it with intention. If anybody has any questions about music with me, I will drag them through the dirt. I know everything that there is to know about what I've done with my music, where it comes from. I am a professor at that. I will go toe-to-toe with anybody when it comes to music, culture, theory, ideas, concepts. So no one can test me on that. People that know me, I've been lucky to have just great friends around me that support me. When I'm not doing right, they give it to me straight. So I have friends that were like, yo, that's kind of whack what you did. I do the same thing to them. If I talk to you on that level and people talk to me the same way, I can really appreciate that. And I think that you need to have connections with people that can give you that, that can lay it down to you straight. And that's also what gives you the power to do whatever you want. Because all this, as a celebrity, all this periphery, and everybody has opinions and they have their feelings about you. And I think you need to know, if you know who you are and you have people that tell you who you are, and they're not yes men, and they're there for you, and they're there for you through thick and thin, anything's possible. You can do anything with that, with a good support team. I'm gonna chill here and not talk to anybody. I'm going to bed.
Appreciate you.
All right, man. Make me look cool.